So at this point, it has been close to a month since SSSniperWolf made the biggest mistake of her life, when she showed up to the house of another YouTuber over some online beef, showcasing the front of his home for millions of people to see. Since then, YouTube hit her with a slap on the wrist with the temporary demonetization of her channel. She announced that she would be taking a break from the internet, only to return immediately. And I guess you could say the one good thing to come out of this whole situation is that her views have taken a serious hit, and obviously more people have become privy to the fact that she's just not a very good person. But sadly for Jacksfilms, he has announced in another video that he has seriously considered moving.
Aaron and I are okay, but we're just in this weird limbo of scared to leave our home and strongly considering moving. So it hasn't been great. I can't stress how off things have been since the incident.
And now we have had yet another challenger approach, if you will. Basically another person to come out and expose SSSniperWolf as a big, bad, insecure bully. And she's saying that SSSniperWolf gained this massive popularity, all the views, all the followers, all the money, basically using her likeness. Saying that she copied video ideas, thumbnails, and even the way that she speaks. And all the while she's denied these allegations and also tried to make it look like this woman Azzyland is the one copying her.
How many times have you noticed that she's copied your thumbnails or a title or whatever? Did you ever bother to count them?
Things that are like very obvious, like exact replicas, it's minimum like 50. But if you're not counting those, like up to 200.
And so apparently this beef between the two of them has been an ongoing thing for years. And based on this video, they make it seem like SSSniperWolf has been sending a lot of hate her way, and obviously trying to come out as like the top reaction channel in all of the YouTube landscape.
I think she has made her community obsessive about like copying and how wrong it is, and I see them like constantly attacking like other like creators who are like starting up when it's not, they're not even copying. It's like they're playing the same game as somebody else, and I think that that's really toxic. And I think that if that's the case and everybody felt that way, nobody would do well on YouTube, because the algorithm works by like recommending people next to other people, and it's working in unison and working as like a team.
And this kind of reminds me of a situation from almost probably like a decade ago, when you had those guys who were running that Fine Bros YouTube channel trying to trademark the word react. Essentially, if there was going to be a reaction video on YouTube, they wanted their piece of that pie. I think they wanted like 10% of every single video, which obviously would be like millions of dollars.
And we look forward to the time when we can look back to this moment, to this video with all of you, knowing that this was when we all stood together, changed the way things were done, and created this first of its kind global community.
And that was essentially the start of the end of the Fine Bros, as people obviously did not like the little stunt they were trying to pull. And I think that what she's saying here is absolutely right. Like, even within the commentary genre, obviously people are gonna cover the same topics, and there's gonna be viewers that want to see, hey, I want to see what, you know, these 5 guys have to say about this. I was specifically waiting for this one specific guy to talk about this topic, and then other viewers that land somewhere in between. But it's like someone coming out of the commentary community and wanting to have a stronghold over all these different topics. Like, that would just be a serious bitch move. And now I just wanted to show you guys like examples of SSSniperWolf denying these allegations in the past and trying to make Azzyland look like a bad person who's stealing her style. For example, in this old reply tweet she sent to someone, she says, "No, we are not friends, and she has been copying my videos and thumbnail style and even the way I talk for years, like she's trying to convince people that she's me." And then it really just showcases all these different thumbnails where Azzyland, based on these dates these videos were published, were first to come out with and SSSniperWolf was copying. She's directly mentioned Azzyland in videos like this when it comes to the copying her whole personality.
From the wise words of Michael Wilson, remember to always be yourself, unless you suck. Then pretend to be somebody else. And that's on Azzyland.
Here they talk about SSSniperWolf's thievery of this accent.
So I wanted to attempt it.
Golf ball.
Golf ball. Wasp net.
Wasp net. Cut in half.
From some very naughty, evil bees.
And when I finally watched some Azzyland content, I was like, there it is. That's the voice.
We don't care what you are. We don't care if you're not even the same species. Wait, they got a house?
So obviously they both talk like annoying ass babies in their videos, but here's where once again SSSniperWolf's insecurity continues to shine through.
This girl does sound like her. She's trying to talk like her. And then she's gonna act surprised like, oh, they thought I was her? But you were inspired by her.
And with SSniperWolf, it was this bizarre affectation that threw me off so much that I made a montage out of it. Like, what the hell is that impression?
And here's where SSniperWolf once again is going to start denying these allegations. Obviously this started to become mainstream news, and Dexerto tweeted this out. SSniperWolf has been accused by fellow YouTuber Azzyland of copying her content, stealing her presenting style, inciting harassment from fans, and lying with fake evidence to cover her tracks, sharing some screenshots where they literally made the exact same videos. And Azzyland responds to this tweet by saying the point was not to accuse her of copying, the point was to highlight hypocrisy, manipulation, and misuse of influence. The only reason copying is even mentioned is because those exact words are used by her over and over to provoke mass bullying that has been going on for up to 6 years now, all while she is guilty of the very same. I want that type of harassment to end and to break that cycle by urging everyone, please do not direct hate towards SSniperWolf, let's cross towards kindness. So basically Azzyland has always come from this perspective that there's not like scarcity when it comes to YouTube views and there's enough people on the platform for everyone to eat. Whereas SSniperWolf on the other hand wants to hoard all the viewers for herself in this specific genre. And she's pretty much acting like she's paying the fucking Mona Lisa every single time she reacts to some viral TikToks. And I think this is kind of what she's talking about when it comes to this hate that she's been receiving for years. Someone tweeted out the same video I showed you guys a little bit earlier.
Remember to always be yourself, unless you suck. Then pretend to be somebody else. And that's on Azzyland.
And they say, oof, SSniperWolf, sick burn. But we all know that she is going to tweet about it, and that's on not being able to take a joke. Like if you're here before Azzyland. And with how many easily influenced followers that SSniperWolf likely has, I'm sure she's been receiving thousands of tweets and messages just like this one for years. Now SSniperWolf actually went out of her way to respond to this tweet by saying, I have a backup of videos and screenshots before she changed the thumbnail to make it look like I copied her. I have proof she copied my thumbnails, SEO, the way I speak, the jokes I make. The way you're trying to manipulate this is fraud. And you know, I'm sure at this point SSniperWolf does have a pretty good lawyer that she works with, and I think maybe she should spend a couple thousand of her dollars and actually get some education from them, because the last time she was saying that Jacksfilms was committing defamation by calling her out for doxing him, and now she's saying that this woman is committing fraud over YouTube thumbnails. Like, it gets to a point where you simply cannot make up the self-victimization and the amount of stupidity going on within her brain. And Azzyland responds directly to that tweet by saying, I've been relentlessly bullied for years over these claims of yours. The interview was intended to express the hypocrisy of your claims, and the guy who made the video had his own take on what he found. All evidence shown by him can be found on the Wayback Machine, which is a website that will show you the way the different web pages looked at different points in time, and they cannot be changed. Kind of like a documentation of internet history. But I want to know what you guys think about this whole situation. I definitely encourage you to go watch the entire expose video on Nerd City's channel. Overall, I think the hits are just going to keep coming for SSniperWolf, just like we saw with Logan Paul earlier this year. But y'all let me know what you guys think down below. As always, I do want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing. But as you guys know, it's been your boy the Tan Superman, and some other copycats out here need to be covered, so I'm out. Peace.